The search for the Titan submersible in the Atlantic Ocean with 5 people on board has been expanded to more than twice the size of the US state of Connecticut after sonars detected banging noises. Authorities have confirmed it's still a search and rescue mission and the vessel has less than a day of oxygen supply left. Frank Owen is a former commander in the Australian Navy and is a submarine search and rescue expert. He joins me now live. Frank, appreciate your time. What could these banging noises be, or what do they indicate?
Well, there's a couple of things they indicate. Sorry, to answer your first question, that what they could be is the crew banging on the hull. This hull is made of carbon fibre, which means it's going to be rather different to the metal hull that you have in a submarine. So it won't resonate like a bell, like it might in a metal boat. However, it is happening. And the fact that it's happening at 30-minute intervals is very significant. It means that, to me, at least, that the advice is being provided by the French naval commander, submarine diving officer, who's the content manager on board the submersible. And he would be very aware of the protocols that surround the instructions given to submariners inside a disabled submarine, who are told on the hour and the half hour to bang the hull for 3 minutes and then to stop. And during that period of banging, all of the search forces should be quiet. Now, the fact that it's happening at 30-minute intervals says to me that he's sending a message. We understand how you would be looking for us and how you would identify us, and that's why we're using this protocol.
So essentially then it could suggest that there are signs of life still on board.
Oh, there's very much. If this is happening in this regularity, and I've only had reports of it happening, but I have had reports that it's 30 minutes, and I don't know that it's happening on the hour and the half hour, which would be even more significant. But that suggests very much that there's life on board.
Why has it been so hard to find this submersible? I mean, the search has been going on for at least 2 days now. Why has it been such a challenge?
Well, one of the reasons is that the submersible doesn't appear to be fitted with any form of locator beacon that might have been fitted to a craft like this, that it would have been certified or classified by the societies such as Lloyd's, Detnordsky Veritas, and DNV, GL, so on. They would require, if this was working in the offshore oil and gas industry, that it would have emergency communication systems for under the water and also when it's on the surface. I understand that the communication system for when it's on the surface uses actually a Starlink satellite link with text messages rather than more conventional radios, and that the other safety focus they had was on the strength of and constant monitoring of the carbon fibre hull. This is a quite different sort of material to build a submersible like this out of, and while it's probably very strong, if carbon fibre fails, it's instant. You don't get any warning like you might with metal.
You're talking about, possible signs of life through these banging noises. For those on board, what would they be going through? How would they be feeling?
Well, I'm sure they're very, very nervous. They would be acutely aware that the nominal 96 hours of life support is theirs to ration and to manage properly. And again, the advice of the French diver would be really significant, because he would understand better than anybody how important it is to conserve your oxygen and to minimize the amount of carbon dioxide that they breathe out. And they would do that, if they can, by sleeping, resting, reducing their heart rates, meditating. It might be that they even, if they're really thinking about this, that they sleep as much as they can and keep one person awake only, so that you don't have, or perhaps two, so that you've got somebody to keep and make sure the other one doesn't nod off. But that's the way of extending this 96 hours. It's not like a gas meter that might click off at 96. It'll be an amount of oxygen they've got which they have to ration.
And given that the oxygen levels are running out, overall, in your view, what are the chances now of a successful rescue?
Well, it's still very challenging. It's a difficult thing to find. The fact that these sounds are being heard by sonar buoys is very encouraging, because it says to me that the submarine is most likely to be in the same water column as these sonar buoys. And because of the design of this boat, it's unlikely to be mid-water. It won't be suspended in the middle of the ocean. It'll either be on the bottom or on the surface. When it's on the surface, it's very difficult to find because it doesn't float above the water like a boat does. It'll be really quite awash. And there is a report that a Canadian aircraft saw a white rectangular shaped object just underneath the waves. White is a very difficult colour, of course, for them to see because of the wind waves that disturb that sort of thing. So again, I would have used orange or yellow or some other colour that stands out. But the fact that it's it being heard by these sonar buoys suggests to me that the sound is most likely to be trapped in that surface duct where the temperature remains basically the same until it gets to the bottom of what they call the layer.
Well, it certainly sounds like a very tough and very difficult search effort. Frank Owen, thank you very much for joining us this morning.
Thank you, Danica.